yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, we welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios here of Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. Today is Wednesday, which means Hammer and Hank Bauer is going to stop by. Hank Bauer, who everybody here knows is a former Charger player, former Charger coach, former Charger broadcaster, and now doing national radio broadcasts of NFL games. Hank will be here. Alex, do you know what game Hank has?
I believe he just tweeted it this morning. I think it's Raiders Bengals this week.
Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah, he's got the. I was actually looking just as a matter of fact. I was looking at this week's games. Patriots Falcons on Thursday night, which I got to say I'm going to watch because I want to see if the Patriots are as back as I said they were on Monday. Alex, you called me out and called that a complete overreaction. Well, I'm not the only one who's overreacting that way. There are many of us around the country now who think the Patriots are right back in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not buying that?
No, I'm buying that they're a playoff team. I just think the tone you were giving me was that like they're back to Tom Brady back. That's the tone that you started the show with yesterday, which left me a little confused.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that might have been a slight overreaction or exaggeration.
I mean, are they back to being a playoff contender? 100%. Are they back to being world beaters against good NFL teams? Going 16-0, 15-1, 14-2? No.
Well, especially since they're already 6-4 on the season. Hey, I was just looking around the rest of the NFL this weekend. We'll talk more about it as the afternoon goes on. But Browner, the Ravens and the Bears this weekend. That's got to be like, on one hand, you're a Bears fan, but you're a Lamar Jackson fan. So what are you thinking?
I'm rooting for Black excellence.
Black excellence.
Mm-hmm. I'm rooting for 5 touchdowns apiece. Bears win by a field goal.
Rooting for Black excellence. I love it. Hey, the Lions and the Browns play this weekend, and I'm wondering if my Cleveland Browns are going to get their crap together at 5-5.
Jared Goff ain't playing.
Who not playing?
Jared Goff.
What's wrong with him?
Supposedly he's hurt. Supposedly.
You play for the Lions, you be hurt too. He still got to get out there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Baker Mayfield's hurt all the time, and he's going to still try and go.
Nobody likes Baker Mayfield.
I know.
That's true.
I know. Everybody's
Jarvis
so
Landry
down
now
on
talking about him.
I know. We'll get to that. Coming
Jared
up.
Goff is day-to-day with a listed oblique injury. He did not practice today.
That's what LeBron's supposed to be day-to-day. He got an oblique. He's been out for
he's got an abdominal strain.
Yeah, he's got some other name of something, abdominal rectus or something, rectus abdominis. Something that didn't sound like his abdominals, but it sounded like his rectus.
No,
I didn't know.
Booty hole
your
injury.
your abdomen and your rectus.
I don't know.
Things connect?
I'm telling you right now, the name of the injury's got something to do with rectus and something to do with abdominis.
Your stomach and your booty hole technically are connected.
I guess. Alex, your Vikings this week against what everybody now considers to be the best team in the NFL, the Packers versus the Vikings in Minnesota. Could the Vikings even up their record?
Could they? Yes. Will they?
Will they?
No. No. Although I did hear and read and see Aaron Rodgers saying he's got a hurt toe, little boo-boo on his toe. So, who knows?
He's going to turn into Ben Roethlisberger.
Aaron Jones,
it is.
their running back Aaron Jones is out.
Mm-hmm.
But if Aaron Rodgers is hurt, and honestly, of the NFC North, the Vikings do have the best record against him in his history. We still have a losing record against him, but we have the most wins in the NFC North against the Packers than any other team. Not saying much because he owns the Bears and the Lions are awful, but still, I think I want to say 9-16 against him. So and they broke his collarbone like a couple years ago. Like they've gone to him.
The Bears have broken his collarbone too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. Well, hey, look, this all got started because Hank Bauer's coming up a little bit later on. For those of you that are listening on radio, you'll be here. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you'll see Hank. And for those of you that are catching up to us on TV at night, if you don't get Hank, you can come to our YouTube channel and you can get Hank anytime you want. You can get the full experience, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. So, yeah, Hank's got the Bengals and the Raiders. You talk about two teams that need to recover. The Bengals are coming off a bye after a beatdown at the hands of the Cleveland Browns. The Raiders, we all know the disaster that's going on with the Raiders and the way they got destroyed this past week by the Chiefs. And speaking of the Chiefs, this is probably the game of the week. The Cowboys and the Chiefs on Fox for the national game. And by the way, speaking of Fox, we'll get to this later. But Al Michaels, everybody thinks Al Michaels is leaving and going to Amazon to call Thursday night football games because Mike Tirico and Drew Brees are expected to take over Sunday night football. But they're talking about Al Michaels possibly working with Troy Aikman. Does that mean Troy works on Thursday with Al for Amazon and Troy stays at Fox for Sundays? Or does that mean Troy is considering leaving Fox? By the way,
Troy already does Thursday nights with Fox now, so I don't see why he can't do both.
Can I just say one thing? I don't see what it is about Troy Aikman anymore.
Me neither.
I got it. He won 3 Super Bowls, and when he was really like fresh out of the league and it was a contemporary name, I got it. But like just even listening to Troy Aikman with Joe Buck, I don't really see the appeal. I mean, I get it. He's a Dallas Cowboy, 3-time Super Bowl champion, played his college ball at UCLA. Prior to that, obviously, he transferred from Oklahoma. So I get it. He's kind of like Captain America when it comes to America's team. But I don't find him to be particularly entertaining or interesting, or I don't see the appeal of Troy Aikman. But everybody wants a piece of him, right?
Amazon does.
Yeah.
All you need is one bidder.
Yeah. Chiefs Cowboys on Sunday, Cardinals Seahawks, and I guess another big game will be the Steelers and the Chargers. The Steelers aren't very good, and they didn't have Ben Roethlisberger last week, and they tied the Detroit Lions, and the Chargers aren't very good. They're 5-4, and we all know what's been going on with this Charger team because we've been kind of watching and following and enjoying. But the way that Alex's Minnesota Vikings went to SoFi Stadium in front of all those Purple People Eater fans, beat the Chargers, and this story about Joey Bosa. Let's get there, and then we'll get to Alex's continuation of the Tonya Harding of Europe because I said we wanted to get there. So what's the latest on this Bosa situation? I've been reading that he is on the COVID reserve list, but it's not because he has a positive COVID test. It's because one of the other Charger defensive linemen who is vaccinated had a positive case, and Bosa, who is unvaccinated, actually had close contact. Is that the detail of this story? I would love to see Bosa out. I would love to see Bosa out of this game. I would love to see the Steelers show up in SoFi Stadium in front of all those terrible towels. Yins are going to see when the terrible towels come to town. Yeah, I would love to see Bosa come to town. Town? That's when you're in Pittsburgh. You're like, yo, Yins want to go downtown and that. That's the way people talk.
TAHN?
Yeah, town. Downtown. Yeah.
Want to go to town?
You're going to go downtown. Yeah. And then you call people yins. You know, you don't say y'all. You don't say you guys. You don't say you all. Yins. Yeah. Yins are going to go downtown and have an Iron City in that. Going to go see the Steelers. So I think all those terrible towels are going to come to town, and they're going to go to SoFi, and the place is going to be completely black and yellow. And if there's no Bosa, then all of a sudden the Steelers have a real chance to come out here and get a dub. What do you think about that, LA Brown?
I bet you Uncle Al loves those Sunday night LA games. He just gets to just drive home. Drives home right after.
Al Michaels probably is loving this. Loving that the NFL is back in LA and you get, Sunday night football games and Al Michaels doesn't have to travel like that. So Steelers and Chargers, but I hope Bosa's out. I hope he can't play.
Because he's a close contact. He is out 5 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So he has a chance of playing Sunday if he remains negative.
And who's the defensive lineman on the Chargers that is vaccinated but had a breakthrough case, and that's why Bosa is on the list because Bosa had close contact. Who is that?
Oh, Gary Tillery.
I've heard he made some plays.
I believe he was their first-round pick a couple years ago from Notre Dame.
Oh, really? That's how little I keep up with the Chargers. I wouldn't know who their first-round pick at a Notre Dame defensive lineman. The Chargers took a D lineman with a first-round pick? Really? Browner, you should know this, L.A. Brown. Or are you only a Herbold fan?
No, I just said he made some plays. made some plays. I just wanted to make sure I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Because if he was like the fifth guy in the D-line room, hey, bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
But
Well-
get vaccinated, Bosa. Get vaccinated. I know how you and your brother get down, but still,
Yeah.
it's your guy's vaccine, man.
No, Joey Bosa and his brother. What's the brother's name up in San Francisco? What's that kid's name?
Nick
Bosa. Nick.
Go Nick.
Yeah, they're total anti-vaxxer types. They're total, like Florida Trumpy kind of guys. That's who they are.
By the way, was it confirmed that Tillery did get a positive test?
I thought that's what the
Because,
report said.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm reading the report.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to confirm this. 4 players were placed on the COVID list yesterday in the NFL. 3 of the 4 tested positive, but it doesn't say which one didn't.
Here's a report from the NFL Network. Tillery was a Chargers player who tested positive. This is according to the NFL Network. And Bosa is considered close contact. Therefore, Tillery will need to test twice negative within 24 hours and show no symptoms to return. If he does show symptoms, he must test negative twice within 24 hours and be symptom-free for 48 hours. That seems complicated, and I probably lost
That's got to
everybody
be
there.
like it's got to be like a win for the anti-vaxxers, right? Like this guy's vaccinated and he tested positive. I'm unvaccinated and I'm not positive, and we play next to each other. Like if I'm an anti-vaxxer, I'd start pounding that drum all night.
Well, if I'm Joey Bosa, I would explain to the world how you're probably taking the same whatever horse pills that that Joe Rogan has been pushing on everybody.
Ivermectin.
Well, here's the difference though.
What's
Here's
that?
here's if you fight back, and it's the obvious answer. The reason why Bosa is on the list is because he was a close contact as an unvaccinated individual. The reason to get vaccinated if you're a professional athlete in the NFL is because if you are vaccinated, you never get placed on the COVID list as a close contact. So if he were vaccinated and continued to test negative, although he's a close contact, he would still be practicing today and tomorrow and Friday and Saturday and play Sunday. But the fact that he isn't, now it puts it into question.
Don't you guys find it interesting, though, that it seems like day in and day out, we're finding out about additional NFL players that aren't vaccinated when we probably all just kind of assumed that everybody is? That's why they're in. That's why they're playing. That's why there haven't been a whole bunch of problems. There hasn't been a league-wide breakout of COVID. Like, I just feel like my expectation was everybody's just vaccinated. But if you go back to the beginning of the season, remember the whole conversation was because DeAndre Hopkins from Arizona said from the beginning, "I'm not getting it," and I would
What
rather.
got you fired?
Well, right. This whole conversation is what got me to resign from KUSI.
Oh,
When they defamed me and slandered me on social media. But the point is that we kind of, at least I think I did, assume that most of these guys were vaccinated. But remember, the storyline back then was this. It was real simple. If you're a star, if you're Aaron Rodgers, if you're Joey Bosa, if you're DeAndre Hopkins, if you're a star, your team will put up with your anti-vax position.
trickery.
Right. Well, in Aaron Rodgers' case, he's immunized.
Yeah.
But if you're a star, your team will put up with it and hope that they can get you for as long as they can. If you're a mid-range guy or a lower level roster guy and you're taking that position and you're putting other people in jeopardy and putting games in jeopardy and dollars, you're gone. Cam Newton was an absolute victim of not being vaccinated. And Cam Newton is back in the NFL because he is. I'm not saying that the Panthers wouldn't have brought him in if he wasn't, but I don't think they would have, even though that may have just gotten complicated. Point is, I think it's interesting how we're finding out week in and week out about new guys, new cases, and we're kind of getting the information of who is and who isn't. Joey Bosa, according to the reports, is not. And Alex, I think you just described it really well. If he was vaccinated, he wouldn't be on this close contact list. He'd be out there practicing and he'd be guaranteed to play, assuming healthy, on Sunday. But now there's some question marks because he chooses to be unvaccinated.
And that's if you want to have the personal life conversation about the vaccine, that's not what we're having. We're having a conversation. I think that's where people get confused. Like, we keep ramming these guys about getting vaccinated because of the rules the NFL placed. Like, you're putting your team at a severe disadvantage. Like, that's just the facts. So get the shot, and then you don't put your team in
Well,
this predicament.
Well, it's like what Browner started with here earlier today. For those of you that are just joining us, Browner brought up that last night the Brooklyn Nets got annihilated by the Golden State Warriors. Now, you may not be the biggest basketball fan, and that marquee matchup of a contender from the East versus a contender from the West may not have necessarily been on your radar on a Tuesday night. But if it was and you were watching the game, here's what you know. Brooklyn got smoked. And Brooklyn is at a disadvantage because one of their best players is unavailable to play. Because in New York, Kyrie Irving cannot go into the Barclays Center because it's a closed facility. And so because he can't play home games, the Nets made the decision, well, we don't need you just on the road, bud. We can't even get you to practice here. So if we can't get you to practice with us at home, which I realize during the NBA season, there's not a lot of practices, but if we can't get you to even come to our practice because you can't come in, we can't get you to come into our home games. So what are we going to get you for? Theoretically, 41 away games minus the other cities around the NBA. So what are we going to get you for? 30 games in the season? So
and COVID is running so rampant right now in the country that that the NFL has like put down more strict rules through the holidays. So like indoor mask wearing every single time for every player's back. I think they're doing updated testing all the time. Like this is just I feel like we're just living in a new normal. So like this vaccination conversation, I genuinely thought like 2 months ago, I thought it would die down because I thought rules would change. I thought COVID would be going away. But this might be the new normal, man.
Wow.
Honestly, like this might because it doesn't seem to be going away because of whatever reason. Variants will keep popping up because we don't get to the vaccination threshold, and this is just going to be a conversation in sports for a long time.
I feel like I am living right now in a fantasy world where I'm not even aware of what's going on. Here's what I mean. Like, I don't know about you guys. When I leave my house, I never take a mask. And it's not because I'm anti-mask. It's just I forget. Like, I don't even think about it anymore. I'm vaccinated, and I've already had a breakthrough case. And I'm ready to take the booster with one small exception. I've heard about so many people like dealing with symptoms after the booster. And so I don't know that I don't know that I want it because I feel like I've already been double vaxxed and I've already had a breakthrough case. But just yesterday, as an example, I'm up in LA, right? And I walk into the Starbucks in LA Live. And the girls who were working there at Starbucks, the people who were behind the counter, they were like, "Do you have a mask?" And I was like, "No, I don't have one. Sorry." And they're like, "Okay, well, we have one for you." And so they gave it to me. And
There's a
anytime
mask mandate in LA.
Right. Anytime you see somebody with like the blue surgical looking mask, that means they're like
Loser.
me. They forgot their mask or they don't have one and they're just a selfish jerk like I am. I don't mean to be, but yeah, like you need a mask in a lot of places. And
Every
I just
place.
I just kind of walking through life like, hey, I've already been vaxxed. I've already had my case of COVID. Nothing's gonna happen to me. So I don't even need it. Like I walk into places and I see things like signs that say, hey, if you're not vaccinated, make sure you're wearing a mask. And I just come walking in like as if nothing's even going on in the world.
Yeah. Well, this weekend I was out everywhere in San Diego and I didn't take one. The only time I wore a mask was in the Ubers that I took because you have to.
I have a
I
mask.
was in downtown. I was in North Park. I was in UTC Mall. I went to the Speakeasy there. No mask. I just did my thing. But on a normal day-to-day thing, if I go to the grocery store or whatever, I'll just throw one on.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
have
going
a
to start
mask.
carrying a mask around.
I'm super used to it now. Like it does not even. I think that's whatever.
What are you
I got a
saying,
mask
Brown?
In my car. I got a box of masks in my glove compartment, and I keep one in my back pocket. You guys are ridiculous.
You know what
Yeah.
I've stopped doing that I need to do better at because I just got a cold. That's probably why. Hand sanitizing.
Oh no,
Like
I'm all over that. I'm on that every day.
I've kind of gotten like
Getting
lax
away
about
from
it.
it.
No. I'm I got hand sanitizer with me everywhere I go. I don't have a mask, but I got hand sanitizer. Next time I walk in and they go, "Excuse me, do you have a mask?" I'm gonna be like, "No, but I have very clean hands. And if you want some hand sanitizer, I'll give you some right now."
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm down. Me and my fiance just talked about this last night, 2 nights ago. Like, when are we gonna get the booster? Are we gonna get the booster? And neither of us are in a hurry to get it. Like because we're kind of like you, Scott. We did what we had to do, and we think we both had COVID too. We just never.
Well, you had it like 3 times, so you know.
Right.
I'm
You're-
pretty
you're-
sure I had. I'm pretty positive.
bulletproof.
I'm pretty sure I got it in Baja too, dude. Not gonna lie. When I went to Cabo,
Yeah.
I don't think I blamed it on sleeping under the AC, but
Yeah.
dude, I had every symptom, brother.
Oh,
I
dude.
could not smell, I could not taste for like 2 days, dude.
How are you still
Yeah.
alive, dude? They need to study you. You need to go to some type of research place.
Right. Seriously. Hey,
They need
speaking
your
of
How to survive everything.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of tasting things, real quick, and I'm going to get back to this European Tonya Harding story. I planned on getting to it right away. Of course, that never really happens. Shout out to my guy, Brian Bushfield, down at West Coast Barbecue Shop and westcoastbbqshop.com. Browner was down there this past Sunday. He was down there last Friday. You talk about taste. You want to taste something really great during Thanksgiving? Come on down and check out all of the different sauces, the different rubs. Not only that, he's got amazing accessories when it comes to grilling, the big green egg in all the different sizes, lots of different gas grills as well, Italian pizza ovens for your backyard. Really, anything you want for the barbecuing guy or girl in your life, you come down to westcoastbbqshop.com. As a matter of fact, I was down there a few weeks ago. I just popped in. I don't know, Alex, if you got those pictures, but I just popped in on Brian. I didn't call him, say, hey, I'm coming by. I just popped in just to see what was going on. And then he was like, hey, let's grab a couple pics. I'm like, yeah, for sure. So we went out front because we wanted to get the background. There we are. Look at those two good-looking guys right there. There's my man, Brian Bushfield. There I am. West Coast Barbecue Shop down in Chula Vista. westcoastbbqshop.com is the place to go. And for those of you that came down this weekend, we appreciate it. And for those of you that will come, continue to support our sponsors. All right, let's get to this European Tonya Harding story next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
And they're on. Welcome back. Please join us in welcoming the Race and Sports Radio Show back home to 1090. Join host Felix Taverna every Saturday at 9 a.m. for the very best horse racing coverage in all of Southern California. The all-new and mightier 1090.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help. Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CalFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
Up to 30% of COVID-19 patients become long haulers with persistent symptoms months after the infection.
What I've been finding with my patients is that it's taking up to 3 to 6 months for them to recover their endurance, exercise capacity, and get them back to work or to their usual activities of daily living.
What I wasn't able to do was the basic needs, like brush your teeth, take a shower because of the shortness of breath, the tightness in my chest.
The symptoms that concern me the most, the shortness of breath. So restrictive. You know, you go through and you just take for granted that, you know, you're gonna breathe. And when that gets taken away, it's a scary thought. Unfortunately, I'm 6 months out now from my diagnosis and I'm still suffering from several of the symptoms.
My experience with the patients I've sent to La Mesa Rehab has been extremely positive. The patients come back with good reports, and when I see them in the office, their exercise capacity has improved dramatically.
I'm getting there because of La Mesa Rehab.
To be homeless means that you've lost your community. East County Transitional Living Center, also known as ECTLC, is a community where we take homeless people off the streets and bring them into our community. We serve a little over 400 people, men, women, and children every day, who were formerly homeless and now are in our residential programs. We work them through the program, we get them jobs, we get them back into life. We teach them basic things, hygiene, when to get up in the morning, how to do a 40-hour week. What we do here is we give them the opportunity for on-the-job experience. In their work therapy training, they're learning how to report to a supervisor, how to become a supervisor, how to be a good employee. You don't want to enable a homeless person to remain homeless, which means go feed them. So if you're out there and you see a homeless person and you want to try to help them, give to your local charity.
Southern California radio is a special game, a unique game from the sandy beaches of the Baja and all the way to Santa Barbara. My voice sounds pretty cool. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with the new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
The college basketball season is here. Let's go ahead and take a look at how San Diego State men's basketball is doing. SDSU is taking on Arizona State on Thursday. The Aztecs will be looking to continue SDSU Athletics' domination of Pac-12 teams in recent matchups. SDSU football held off Utah in 3 overtimes this season, a week after they took down Arizona. Last season, Aztecs basketball beat number 22 UCLA in the season opener, and a couple weeks later it beat number 23 ranked Arizona State. Coming up on Saturday, you can catch the Aztecs matchup with UT Arlington right here on YourView and streamed on YourView.com. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. He's at the 40. Is he going to go? Goes, holds it in. What a catch. Return left sidelines off to the races. He flips the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Hey, everybody. It is a Wednesday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you guys from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Great friends. We so appreciate everybody who listens on the radio airwaves of 1090. And I'll just kind of keep reminding you that at the beginning of the new year, and I realize it's about 6 weeks away still, but at the beginning of the new year, a monster major announcement from 1090 about a programming
Monster major.
Yeah. This is, I will say this. You know how a lot of times we do this in radio?
You do this in.
Yeah. That's more of an accurate.
I mean, come on,
Yeah.
dude.
You do this.
You are notorious for monster announcements.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
continue.
It's true. But I will say this, that Bill Hagan, who is the owner of 1090, tried to do this at the very, very beginning of 1090 going back on the airwaves. And I remember, because Bill and I were working hand in hand in all of this, and I remember calling this particular company, and I said, hey, we'd really like to work with you guys. And they said, hey, Kaplan, look, we know you. What did you say, Alex?
Company.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, company, big brand, big brand. And I remember,
brand.
Oh,
you want to know what
Sorry,
brand it is?
I keep, because you've previously said organization,
Mm-hmm.
team.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going brand,
You changed,
company.
You're changing it.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. So at the very beginning of 1090 going on the air, August 17, 2020, I call this company previous to this and I say, hey, look, we'd like to work with you guys. And the company says to me, Kaplan, we know you. We've known you for a long time, but we don't know Hagan. And I said, yeah, but you know 1090. You know how long 1090's been on the air in Southern California? And they go, yes, we do. Okay. But we don't know Bill. And so we don't know if the new 1090 is a 1 month deal. Is it a 1 year deal? Is it a 10-year deal? Will it exist in a year from now? Literally. I mean, they said, look, we know you. We've got a relationship, but we don't know him. And he's the owner. And we don't know if he's in this thing for the long term. So they said, we can't work with you guys yet. Well, that was August 17, 2020. We go on the air. That company would not work with us, okay, at the time. Now here we are. We're getting ready to finish up 2021. And as we pull into 2022, this company now says, oh, my God, we'd love to work with you guys. Wow, you guys have been on the air for 18 months. You guys have sustained. You guys put your shows and put your station on the air when there were no sports. You guys have succeeded. Well, now we'd like to work with you guys. And we're not dicks where we're like, well, we don't want to work with you now. We're like, no, we always wanted to work with you guys. And so I'm just telling you right now that in the early part of 2022, there will be a major monster announcement about 1090 and a new company that 1090 will be working with, a company that everybody listening and watching is going to know very well. And we're going to make a big change and a big splash on the airwaves of 1090, and that will happen in early 2022. So just kind of putting that out there.
I was on the YouTube chat yesterday for a while, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
And I revealed to the chat that I now know officially what this monster major announcement is. And man, were they peppering me. They were peppering me with some questions, man. They were going, what's the new lineup? What's the team? What is it? Who's got fired? Is Burt coming back? Is Hacksaw coming back? Is Billy Ray? Is it Linda? Like everything you could imagine. I was getting peppered with questions yesterday on the chat.
That's probably why
you said
you
nothing.
Well, that's probably why you sent me that text yesterday, and you were asking me about big lineup changes for 1090.
Yeah, because actually I was like, wait, because I know the announcement now. I was like, wait, well, that question actually makes sense now. If I put 2 and 2 together, there might actually be a major announcement with trickle down changes.
Yeah.
Did I just give away a lot?
No, I don't think you did. I don't think so.
But anyways, I said on the chat, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go record the Lakers podcast. But if anybody here guesses it, I will say on the show tomorrow.
Okay. Did anybody guess it?
Not that I saw.
Okay, got it.
Unless I don't know if it happened after I left, but while I was there, nobody guessed it.
For those of you that watch us on YouTube every day, okay, this doesn't affect you. Okay, it impacts people who listen to the radio, people who still get in their car and still love to listen to the radio. This will have a major impact on what you listen to as the day goes on. Look, I get
I
it
don't
all the
think
time.
it impacts this show no matter where you listen.
No, it doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
It doesn't impact
Yeah,
us
this
at all. We're solid. We're here. We're going to be in the same time slot. You'll hear us on radio from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. You'll watch us on YouTube from 3 till whenever we decide to end. You'll catch up to us on television on Cox's Your View Network at 7 p.m. Unless, by the way, there's an Aztec basketball game, which
Shout out.
I am really, really excited about the fact that San Diego State basketball plays on Channel 4 San Diego, at least in these early preseason games before they go into the CBS Sports Network and before they play on other, networks. The early part of the college basketball season plays itself out on Cox's Your View, Channel 4 San Diego. And what happens is when a game is happening at 7 o'clock, Alex, maybe you could fill us in on the Aztec basketball schedule. But when San Diego State plays at 7 p.m., our TV show doesn't come on until after the San Diego State basketball game. And for us, that's huge because during the San Diego State basketball game, they will promote us over and over and over again. Tons of people will see our commercials. And then when the game is over, now the show is on the air.
How come we can't talk to Cox about being the post game show? The Cox Aztecs post game show.
I mean, isn't our show on after? So we are the post game show.
I mean specifically talking about the game and the performance of the players.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm out on that. I'm out.
Yeah, me too.
It's only like 5 games a year. Come on, man.
No, man, I'm out.
Well, it's this Saturday. We're not on, but this Saturday, San Diego State versus UT Arlington is on Your View.
There you
okay,
go.
Nice. Very nice.
7 p.m.
Okay, and then anything next week? We
9:30?
get preempted at all next week for San Diego State basketball on TV?
I got to look it up. That's the only one I know right now. I
Got
did
it.
speak with Mike, and they do have, I believe, 3 more games on Your View
See?
coming up.
Okay,
Y'all
got it.
can't do 3 more games.
I'm out, Browner. You do the post-game show yourself, man. You and Lawhead do it.
Come on, man. You know how I feel about.
So if you want to watch San Diego
About what?
State on Your View,
Yeah.
you can stream the game live on yourview.com,
Mm-hmm.
or you can watch it on Your View Channel 4 at 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah. They should put us on Saturday night too. They should just take our Friday show.
replay our
and just
Friday show.
replay. Yeah, seriously, they should.
Yeah.
They really should. All right.
Yeah.
We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios. 7milecasino.com is the address. And I'll tell you all the time, man, if you love blackjack and poker and a smoke-free environment and great food, because Sammy's Restaurant and Bar is there, 7 Mile Casino is the place to be. All right, so Grande, you told us a story.
Yes.
I want to get to this now. You told us a story last week about the European Tonya Harding. Here's what I recall from the story. So fill in the details, but just to kind of set it up for everybody that's listening. There was 2 girls on the same European professional soccer team.
Yes, PSG.
One girl was the starter. The other girl was the backup. The backup was upset at the lack of playing time that she was receiving. So
That was the story.
So rather than going to the coach and making her appeal, rather than working hard in practice and being the better of the two, there was a team dinner. And after the team dinner, the backup said to the starter, "Would you like a ride home?" So the starter and the backup get into the car together.
Starter on the left, if you're watching.
Okay.
Backup on the right. Starter on the right named Kira Hamroy. And on the right, the backup, Aminita Diallo.
Okay, so one girl is 23, one girl is 10. Who's the starter? Who's the backup?
The girl that got attacked is on the left, number 23.
Okay, so now the girl number 10 drives, because we're looking at a picture on the screen for those of you listening on radio. She drives to her house, say, "Hey, good night, have a nice night, good to be with you." The starter gets out of her car, and that's when Jeff Galooly and team start beating this girl's legs up with some sort of weapon. And the girl
Correct.
who's the backup who she set this all up. I'm going to invite her I'm going to give her a ride home. You guys wait there. When I drop her off, you beat the hell out of her. Then I'll become the starter. And as I recall, Was it the backup who wound up playing in the next game before she got arrested?
Yeah.
All
Right. Correct.
This is all. I don't remember what day you told us the story, but it obviously made great impact on me that I remember this amount of detail.
Right. So all of that was reported
Mm-hmm.
by the French media to why the attack happened. It was, do you remember at the end I told you that the two assaulters, I don't know what they're called, the two attackers,
Assaulters. Right? That's a new name of the
they-
Washington football team, the Assaulters.
the assaulters.
Right? They should look into that.
They held the backup as well, right? They just didn't hit her in the arms and legs with the iron pipes. And we all said, well, that sounds convenient, right? Like play it off like it's actually an actual attack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's now more to the story. It looks as though the backup could be very innocent here.
Uh-oh.
Could be very, very innocent here.
Mm-hmm.
Enter Hayat and Eric Abidal.
Whoa.
Now,
Who are
if
these
you
Whoa.
watch soccer,
Who on the left?
if you watch soccer, the man on the right is Eric Abidal. He played for Barcelona. He was their sporting director for a few years, and the woman on the right is his wife. New reports out of France, out of Paris, say that the victim, the starter,
Mm-hmm.
Kira Hamroy, has officially placed blame on the attack on Hayat Abidal, on the wife of Eric Abidal.
What?
Now, why?
Why?
Extramarital.
Extramarital affairs,
Every time.
according to the victim.
Whoa.
She has been, this is not confirmed that she's having extramarital affairs with Eric,
Oh, come
but
on, man.
the reports say that she is specifically blaming the setup on the wife of Eric because she believes that they have had extramarital affairs.
See,
Okay.
now I need to see another picture of the woman who got attacked, because that in-game picture didn't do her no justice. The picture of the woman who we just saw, who he married to, fabuloso. I need to see a real-life, non-working picture of the person who was attacked.
All right, just want to make sure I'm clear on all this. So the story was, what we thought was, the backup player set up the hit on the starting player, and that while the dudes were beating up on the starter, they were holding back the backup. And she was acting like, oh my God, stop, don't do that, let me go. But in reality, she was actually being held sort of hostage while her teammate was getting beaten down.
Shout out to the hitman for following directions and only beating up who they were paid to beat up. Because sometimes they get a little wild and they just start punching everybody.
But you
they
know
buy
how
the
it
book
is.
over there.
But Browner, you know how it goes. It's like, hey, look, they're not paying me to beat her up. They're paying me to beat them up. So I'm only
True.
beating them up. You guys are fine.
You don't get a 2-for-1 special.
No,
True.
right. I only beat up one person. I'm only paid to beat up one person. That's it.
You're not important enough. They didn't pay for you to get beat up.
All right. So
The
the
lady's on the right.
the wife is on the right, the dark skinned girl, and the girl with the giant curly hair, she's on the left. She's the extramarital affair person.
According to reports.
All right. So the wife
Allegedly.
of the guy hired the hitman, according to these reports,
Good
to
for
beat
him.
up this player.
Good for that.
And
guy.
it is also reported that the reason it got set off was because there was a phone conversation between the person that was attacked and Eric the day of the attack. The morning of the attack, there is records of phone conversations of them two talking.
Wow.
Look, man.
I'm just trying to think if I need
It has
to have
not been
somebody-
confirmed by anybody.
Okay.
It's all alleged.
It's all alleged. Just to, do that for
Allegedly.
ourselves here.
I allegedly want to congratulate that man. That's good work, brother.
The police are questioning both Hayat and Eric about the attack, and they say person of interest is that the original, the one that we called Tonya Harding.
Yeah.
She's no longer a person of interest.
So didn't they arrest her?
They arrested her for questioning, never
yeah.
charged.
Yeah.
Imagine what she felt like when she got arrested.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, because not only did you become, this story in Paris, you became a worldwide story.
Right.
You were being called Tonya Harding 2.0.
Yeah.
And how many people are actually following up on the story?
No one.
Yeah. So this is coming out, and I'm gonna keep tabs on the story because this is a movie.
It's a good
So
time.
this is a movie right here.
That's definitely a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
If I had beef with somebody though, if I had some, I didn't know what it meant either. Tyler Perry movie. I just kind of let it flow because I thought maybe you knew what it meant, and then if you knew,
No.
maybe other people would know. But I blew it off because I don't know what it means either. What does it mean? It's a Tyler Perry movie.
Tyler Perry is a famous black director and writer. He made Medea. He's the person.
Yeah, I know that, but like, does all his movies have like weird random?
All his movies evolve around overly played drama and things of this nature. People setting other people up and attacking people, and at some point God comes into it. So,
Oh, really? On God?
Because they're all religious based.
Oh God.
Yeah. I don't know what that phrase means anymore. I don't even know what it ever meant, on God. But I hear my kids saying it
on God
sometimes.
mean I'm telling the truth. This is real.
Does Tyler Perry dress up as all his characters, a la Eddie Murphy?
No, only the good ones. All his other characters, they're not good because he's being the character. But when he's Medea, that's his number one. But she's retired, according to him.
Well, she went to jail, right?
She locked up.
Yeah, she locked up. They won't let me out.
Well, listen, I hope somebody who's listening or watching right now knows what you guys are talking about, because I don't even know who that is.
I know B. Thompson know who Tyler Perry is. Stop it.
Shout out Bernard Thompson. That's exactly right.
Al Long know who Medea is too.
Al Long doesn't know who that. Al Long don't know who no Tyler Perry is.
What? Listen, you are insulting Al Long. Al Long know who Tyler Perry is.
Al Long doesn't know who Tyler Perry is. All right.
All right.
I know who Tyler Perry is. I just don't watch his films.
I don't know who he is.
I don't think
and
they're
watch his
directed
films.
towards me.
They're not. You're not the target audience.
Although I will tell you this, Alex. Last night I got home. I ate a late dinner, and I actually decided I'm going to watch something on Netflix. I'm like, what am I going to watch? Because I don't have Apple TV where I'm at because I'm displaced from my home. But I don't have Apple TV, so I can't finish watching Ted Lasso. I can't start watching the morning show.
You weren't watching that stuff anyway, though.
No, but I had time last night where I was actually going to sit down and watch. And so I went on to Netflix last night, and I didn't watch Tiger King 2. Did it come out yet, or is it not out yet?
It came out at midnight, so we all have homework. I would say by Monday we all need to watch Tiger King 2.
Okay,
it's only 5 episodes. It's only 5 episodes.
Okay, but I will tell you this: I started watching Narcos Mexico last night.
Nice.
So I watched season 3, episode 1 of Narcos Mexico last night.
Okay, I just finished Succession season 2 last night.
Oh wow!
And season 3 is is ongoing, and I'm not gonna watch it week to week. So I'm gonna wait for that to finish. I believe they have 5 more episodes to air. So I will now switch to Narcos Mexico.
Got it. Okay, good.
You should have watched Red Notice. Also, Don't Look Up is supposed to be really good.
I watched Red Notice and I fell asleep.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, there's just too much out there, man. There's just so much out there. Everybody's talking about this show, that show, and I'm like, I can't watch them all. So I decided to go into Narcos Mexico. I still haven't finished Ted Lasso. I still haven't started the morning show. And
Don't Look Up's a movie, though. Don't Look Up's a movie. It's
Okay.
been highly.
So is Red Notice.
Leonardo DiCaprio's in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not out till Christmas, though.
Oh, well, then you got time.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer dropped last night.
Which drove people crazy.
Yeah.
Me included.
Well, speaking of having time, I'm going to just say to all the guys who are watching and listening right now, you don't have that much time left in terms of making an appointment with iThrive MD, because at the when Thanksgiving comes, this thing's going to come to an end. Here's what I mean. Dr. Samir Damani at iThrive MD has put out a deal to say to great friends, welcome, come be part of what we're doing. We want to help you with your health and your longevity. We want to help you be clear-minded. We want to help you if you're suffering from any sort of depression. And by the way, I'm not saying that this is a cure-all for depression. I'm just saying that sometimes low testosterone can lead to depression. You have a hard time sleeping. You have a hard time getting out of bed. You're not motivated to work out. You're dealing with erectile dysfunction. You have very low libido. These are all symptoms of having low testosterone. So between now and Thanksgiving, the time will run out. You got to make an appointment. Go to ithrivemd.com/Kaplan or call 858-240-1497. That's a number dedicated just to great friends, 858-240-1497, and make an appointment. Because when you get in to have your testosterone levels checked, that's free, by the way. If you start a series of testosterone treatments, your first 3 months, so figure you get in at the end of November, December, January, February, your first 3 months are 50% off. Rather than spending $289 a month, you're going to spend $145 a month. If at the end of 3 months, you're not clear-minded and virile and happier and feeling better physically, if at the end of those 3 months, you're not feeling better, you're probably not going to go back. But at the end of those 3 months, you're feeling the way I feel, you'll pay the full boat of $289. So time is running out on this special deal from iThriveMD. Visit their website, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, or call and make an appointment now, guys, 858-240-1497. Every day I get an email or a direct message from somebody who's a great friend who wants to tell me about their new experience at iThriveMD, how great it went, how quick it was, how nice everybody was, testosterone treatments, NAD for energy, peptide treatments. I love the story that somebody sent me the other day that, hey, my wife gets 15% off on all kinds of treatments because I'm an iThriveMD patient. So take advantage of this incredible deal. All right, fellas, coming up, Hank Bauer will be here. We ready to talk to Hank today, guys? He's got the Raiders and the Bengals coming up this weekend. Interesting game he's going to call. You guys ready to talk to him?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready too. All right, Hank Bauer is on the way. We'll talk to Hank. Coming up a little bit later on today, Odell Beckham is gone from the Cleveland Browns. And Rams fans took so much time to celebrate the Browns getting destroyed this past weekend, but yet the Rams got destroyed this past weekend. And it's not like
Matthew Stafford's wife is assaulting people.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Did she
All
set it up?
This is great. This is like the
I'll
perfect
tell you
segment.
all about it.
All right. Great tease. Hank Bauer's coming up. And what's up with Matthew Stafford's wife? And what is Jarvis Landry saying about OBJ? We'll get to all of it coming up here on Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Our massive signal covers an area where over 24 million people reside. So if you're listening or advertising on another station, we have only one question. Why? The new generation of radio, the all-new and mightier 1090.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams-Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcat. He's in the 40. Is he going to go? Goes, holds it in. What a catch. Return left sideline, off to the races. He flipped the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Pass it out. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health,
Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
The college basketball season is here. Let's go ahead and take a look at how San Diego State men's basketball is doing. SDSU is taking on Arizona State on Thursday. The Aztecs will be looking to continue SDSU Athletics' domination of Pac-12 teams in recent matchups. SDSU football held off Utah in 3 overtimes this season, a week after they took down Arizona. Last season, Aztecs basketball beat number 22 UCLA in the season opener, and a couple weeks later it beat number 23 ranked Arizona State. Coming up on Saturday, you can catch the Aztecs matchup with UT Arlington right here on Your View and streamed on yourview.com. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Catch an all-new local show on the Mightier 1090. Please join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the Charity Stripe, where you can get 3 out-of-the-box sports minds whose game is knowing yours. Only on a new generation of radio, the Mightier 1090 AM, SoCal Sports Talk.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on your health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for a healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at LaMesaRehab.com.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website,
ScottFoundation.com.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets. Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on YourView.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
So it turns out that